Interesting how BJP succeeded in fooling an immature Rahul Gandhi as well as many influencers on social media. In the war of narrative and perception, the BJP had floundered vis-a-vis Trump fiasco, but now it's back on its feet. BJP, for the time being, has won the battle. It didn't win in containing Pakistan terrorism, nor in getting back Pak-occupied Kashmir that was aborted by the Super PM, Trump, but they won in deflecting criticism of the goof-up away from the 56mm non-biological zombie. And Rahul Gandhi, well, he just walked into the trap set by BJP. The party had only one aim. Criticism of the 56mm coward was to be deflected to criticism of any other lesser mortal. And, in the fascist parties like BJP and Congress, there are plenty of scapegoats available to vilify themselves, even to immolate themselves, to save the image of the spineless or brainless leader. They chose a powerful scapegoat, the External Affairs Minister. He was the bait for the opposition, and they knew that Rahul Gandhi, with his limited IQ and limited common sense and limited political maturity, would bite the bait. The External Affairs Minister deliberately issued a very ambiguous and apparently controversial statement. Many people, especially Rahul Gandhi, fell for it, as Modi knew he would. And BJP heaved a sigh of relief that the main question had been temporarily brushed under the carpet. They had got the much-needed reprieve they needed. Once they succeeded in fooling Rahul Gandhi, the Congress, and several major opposition parties, the rest was easy. A minister criticizing Sofia Qureshi, some vague rumors about some spies, a professor being arrested in Haryana, a fake hype on boycott of some countries, news planted about a jihadi being selected as Trump's advisor, all the right and inflammable materials that whipped up public indignation either came up as godsend opportunities or were deliberately curated. The final result was the opposition, headed by a low-IQ leader, just deviated from the main and dreaded question, the only question which the party could never answer. And, to top it all, they chose an all-party delegation, again creating a deliberate diversionary controversy in the choice and selection of the team. High-pitched drama, confusion and anger in the opposition camps, the BJP succeeded in evading the most embarrassing question. Shashi Tharoor was chosen, neither for his oratorial skill, nor for his international reach. He was chosen to annoy Rahul Gandhi, so that his anger clouded his thinking, and it worked. He was off the mark, barking up the wrong tree, and Modi laughed silently at the success of the ploy. Of course, Shashi Tharoor had been sending feelers, like Barkis is willing, in Dickens' David Copperfield. He had given enough hints that Shashi Tharoor is willing. And BJP gave the counter-signal, the party too is willing. So, in the end, Rahul Gandhi ends up being waylaid by Sri Jaishankar's diversionary strategy. He seizes upon the opportunity to portray himself as a man of great sagacity, which he is not. He first asks about the ministers having forewarned the Pak authorities, and then gets completely lost. Now his question is on the number of fighter jets shot by the enemy, and not that dreaded question which could corner the BJP and the 56mm nincompoop. BJP can, either directly or evasively, come up with answers to these or other questions. They could give a definite number of lost planes, or say that there were losses, inevitable in any war operation, but escape the exact information on the plea that these are confidential information that cannot be made public. They have hundreds of ways of dodging these questions. But they have successfully deflected the people, especially Rahul Gandhi, from the only question that would make them tremble and shake like a pen. That horror is shelved for the nonce. The question which BJP is mortally afraid of is this: what's the exact relation between Modi and Trump, and why Trump announced the ceasefire ahead of India? If we had a sensible and shrewd opposition, anyone, say, Delhi's Kejriwal ji, Kerala's Vijayan Sahib, Tamil Nadu's Stalin ji, Bengal's Mamta Banerjee, they would have just tenaciously held on to this one question on Modi-Trump relation and would not have been swayed or misled by other diversions. That's why BJP wants only Rahul Gandhi as LOP. They've even helped him by sidetracking his citizenship issue with non-committal approach, shelved investigation into National Herald, even removed the income tax affair which was used to turn on the heat on the Congress before the Lok Sabha polls. Everything can be risked, but not exchanging a very obliging, low-wit person for another intelligent person for the LOP post. That is why it is important to have a strong ruler as well as a strong opposition. Replacing Modi with Rahul Gandhi is just substituting one fool with another. Vote wisely. We need experts in both ruling party and opposition if we are to save democracy and the nation.
Bringing you authentic news and unbiased analysis of the nation and the world.